What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. I'm with the boys, Nick and Xavier. And today, guys, we are going to be reviewing UFC Seattle, Pyfer versus Adesanya. Overall, I think it was a crazy night of fights, a lot of crazy finishes, but the emotions, it was a roller coaster, man. A lot of ups, lots of downs. But let's start with this main event, guys. Unfortunately, we were all wrong in our predictions. Izzy gets finished in the second round via ground and pound, pretty back and forth fight. Izzy was winning up until that point. It looked like he got the first round on I think all the judges' scorecards, but we're going to talk about what happened. What did happen, guys? It seemed like he was looking good until he wasn't.
What I seen was a pure lack of IQ, um, as well as like diminished durability to a certain extent. But more than anything, I just think that Izzy, if you look at his like every fight in his like losing skid, he's always been doing good and looking like some type of version of himself from his prime. Like he doesn't go out there and look like Tony Ferguson type shit. You know what I mean? He doesn't go out there and you're like, oh, he's a shell of himself. In the beginning of fights, he looks fucking fine. He looks like himself. You could make an argument maybe slightly slower, but I mean, like, he's 36. He's gonna be slightly slower, I guess. Maybe the reflexes aren't exactly what they once were. Um, but I think that the technical skill that he has does still carry him a long way when he decides to use it. In the beginning of the fight, like Joe Pyfer was like swinging wildly, missing or like getting like most of his shots blocked. Um, Missing wild and hard. Gassing himself out. He was getting his lead leg chewed to pieces. Classic Izzy style. Chipping at that lead leg. And I mean, like I thought we were gonna coast to a nice finish. Pyfer even I had Izzy and the over 2.5, and I was kind of worried about like Pyfer might get finished like in round two, like the way it was going, like, and I think maybe Izzy started to kind of sense that as well. I think Pyfer even said that like he felt like um once Izzy sensed that he was hurt from the leg kicks a lot. He kind of like was like, okay, like I'm just gonna let Izzy come to me, and that's kind of what he did. Izzy kind of like he kind of backed up against the cage and just like planted there where he didn't have to use as much movement because his legs was not really working very well at that point. Um, and Izzy literally came in there like a artard and just like completely like hung his chin like in front of his face, like playing the fucking trying to slip punches game when you don't have to at all. Like it was like a complete deviation from round one strategy. And it was one of the most piss poor IQ moments, like from a fighter that I revere as a intelligent striker and an intelligent fighter for most of their career. And it just seems like I don't know if like at City Kickboxing they're just hard sparring, knocking the screws loose, bro. I don't know if this man has just adopted the Dan Hooker mentality. I don't know what the fuck they got going over there, but it just seems like at some point in fights, like Easy just has these mental lapses these days, and it leads to him getting finished because it's like his margin for error at this point, with his durability being what it is right now at this stage in his career, like his margin for error is a lot smaller than it used to be, I guess. And like he continuously makes a bad mistake here or there that like ends up costing him these fights. It was very sad to see, one of my MMA heroes, like my middleweight go, I'm still gonna call him that. Um, it's sad to see because like for a person that like got a lot of comparisons to the Spider Anderson Silva throughout his career, unfortunately, like their careers are ending very similarly. And while like Anderson didn't look as good as Izzy still does in his like, at the back end of his career, the results are the same. Where like Izzy just keeps losing, keeps getting fucking finished. And keeps leaving us thinking like, man, like he's a shell of his former self, you know? And I just think it left me very sad, I'm not gonna lie. Like it put a bitter taste in my mouth to end a night of what were mostly pretty entertaining and good fights.
This one really frustrated me watching because I felt like Izzy's last two fights, I felt like in those he just more got caught in them more than he was fighting a bad technical fight. In this fight, he was fighting well in the first round, kicking the legs apart. And I think Joe at the same time was just gassing himself out most of the round by just over swinging, doing a lot of wrestling that really wasn't going anywhere. And, I thought Izzy, for the most part, was picking him apart in the first round. Second round, it started off that way, but somewhere in the middle of the round, for some reason, Izzy was like, I just want to brawl with him and stand right in front of the man. And it was a nice gutty win by Joe Pyfer. Definitely gritted it out because I'll be honest, and that's what's so frustrating here. I think if Izzy just does his thing, stay on the outside, what he was doing in the first, going into midway of the third, it really looked like Joe was going to slow down, be more impaired by the leg, getting more kicked, and he was gassing out. Like I felt like if we even get to the championship type rounds, he
It's
is not
over.
getting too far. Yeah, just because he looked that gassed after the first, and so I just thought it was a low IQ moment this time that got Izzy, and he did get caught, but from his own doing, and Joe took the bat, took full mount very quickly off a takedown after Izzy covered up. That was very nice. Got the back, planned him out, and just, went to work. Uh, we'll see how Joe does for now on. But it's still a great win to get a finish over a big guy like Izzy.
Facts.
Um, it's just it wasn't by far even close to perfect or how I think they thought the fight was going to go at first. But Joe just clearly had more power and a little more grit than Izzy did. That was the takeaway for me. I think Izzy's grit has gone down more and more through these fights, and I thought it showed here big time. Honestly, he just kind of, I think he broke his nose. He said, uh, after one of the punches. I would assume the one that hurt him bad before he covered up. Um, so yeah, it was tough to watch, man. I was like, oh, it's over. It has to be over now. The contender days or even anything like that right now, and it's sad. It's sad. I respect Dizzy, so tough loss, but congrats to Joe. Good win.
Yeah, I want to just say like you said, like hell of a win for Joe Pyfer. I don't mean to like diminish what he did in his performance. It's not his fault that Izzy fought slow. It's not his fault that Izzy just served his chin up on a fucking silver platter to be hit. Like, if Izzy's doing that, what's Joe Pyfer to do but capitalize, you know? So for Joe Pyfer individually, I'm very happy. The man found faith a couple weeks ago, which I'm always in support of. He said he was like contemplating suicide. You never want to hear that. So I'm glad. I hope that this win can, for a guy that maybe needs some positivity in his life. I don't know exactly what's going on with him. I won't pretend to, but like it seems like he needs some type of, you know, win in life, I would say. If you're contemplating suicide a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, hopefully this is like, some reason to continue on and, this with his faith, like I hope that, hope the best for him in his mental health, like, cause this sport is just that, a sport. But these are human beings at the end of the day, and I care for them as human beings, you know. Um,
Definitely.
so shout outs to him. I'm happy that he got the win. I think he has a lot to fucking work on because I don't see a lot of things going well for him. He, the thing about a significant jump like this is like now you're in there, now you're in the fucking Shark Tank, bro. Now you're in the deep end, and there's not really too many more old heads up there that you can just kind of finesse like this, you know? I see him having a pretty hard time with a lot of the guys that he's like gonna have to be fighting soon, and like like I'm not saying he can't win these fights. He has a lot of power in his hands, and his game is clearly like evolving slowly, I guess. But like again, like you can't swing everything into every punch in these 5 round fights. You can't be gassing out after like a round and a half against these real contenders these days because they're gonna put it on your ass. And Izzy was too until he just literally had a brain fart moment and decided like fuck it, like why don't I just like fucking turn into fucking last 15 seconds Max Holloway right now. Like I don't understand it, but again, not his fault. Shout out to him, man. And I hope that he can evolve a little bit before we see him again in there because I would like to see him fight a little bit more measured in these, especially if you're gonna be getting like 5 rounders and like main event type spots. Like I need him to slow his pace down a little bit so he can fight for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I think Izzy, he talked about it of like in this build up, the Imanov loss. He had like a lap of judgment. He should have took more time in between the eye poke. I think it was a similar thing here. He had another lap of judgment. Like you guys said, he had him hurt against the cage and he kind of just he did like the O'Malley thing, the look away punch. He was looking for a highlight, I think, just kind of sticking his chin out there and got caught. My big message with Izzy, last thing on him, I don't want to dunk on him too much. He can definitely still give it. Like he's still offensively there. I just don't think he could take it anymore. He's more hittable now. He doesn't have like the same twitching because that's a lot of what his defense is. It's not like blocking, it's twitching. He's long. He's doing the lean back, but like he's slower now and it doesn't work. With Joe Pyfer, I was this is gonna sound stupid. I was pretty impressed with his grappling. I know he didn't get a lot of takedowns, but I love how he consistently was shooting on Izzy. That's how you beat a guy like Izzy. And when he finally got the takedown, I think Joe Pyfer's really good on the ground. I don't know about his takedowns, but when he gets you down there, he is a menace. And in terms of what's next for Pyfer, let's look at this top five, guys. I do kind of agree with you, Xavier. I don't love this a lot of the matchups, but I don't hate a lot of them besides like DDP. Like I don't think Imanov, Bahayo, Strickland are super special. I think he can maybe win those fights, but he wouldn't be a favorite.
I don't see that shit at all. I think he loses to all of them, to be
In
honest.
3 round fights, you think so?
In 3 round fights, I think he loses to all of them. And
I don't know.
especially like I think a lot of them are gonna not be 3 round fights too, though. I think that like I see a lot more like main events in his future against these guys. Like like fight night main events or like Apex card main events type shit. Um, because for everything else that we've said, like he is an exciting fighter. He's going to throw hard in there. He's pretty hittable, I would say. He's not like completely unhittable. When he does get you to the ground, I do like the fact that he does put his heavy hands to work, and try to inflict damage on his opponents. A lot of people like get too caught up in the position over
Control.
the submission game or just trying to stall out positions. Like he is like, I'm gonna take risks. I'm gonna fucking. He's pretty good at securing people once he is down there and like getting to a position where he can like land some damage. And I think that if you're gonna use your grappling, that is the kind of way that the UFC would kind of prefer it. Like they don't kind of want to see jujitsu matches down there. People just holding on to people's backs for fucking 3 rounds. You know what I mean? Just back takes and boring shit. Like they would rather a fighter who's gonna go for subs, go for fucking punches, get some damage off while you're down there. And I think that his fight style will keep earning him like high profile fights. And high profile spots. Um, So I do think that he will get a lot of 5 rounders in, but like yeah, I think that like because he's jumping from fucking 14 all the way to 4, I think that had he had a bit more of a measured rise, I could kind of like see it more. Like let's say like next they gave him like a fucking I guess Pol Costa's done, but like let's say they gave him like a RDR or I guess RDR's out. But even if you beat like a Cannoneer next, and then like or like a CLD, and then maybe like a Brendan Allen, and then Izzy, where I'm like I'm I'm seeing the growth as you climb up the ranks in a more natural way. I kind of believe in that. Whereas like because he just went from like fighting essentially nobodies, bro, and now you just beat Izzy, and now you're just in the Shark Tank, and you clearly just showed me in this fight, literally, that a lot of the problems that I have with his game, and the questions I have about it are still very much there. Like he was literally getting his ass whooped for like round one. It's not like it's an impressive performance in the result, but it's not like I left that performance overly impressed with like what I was seeing from him in there specifically. Like literally to me, it just looked like Izzy served himself up on a platter, got caught, maybe got his nose broken, like you said. He was very much like when he got hit and got taken down and Piper was on his back, you could tell like there was something very clearly wrong. Like he was looking so out of sorts in a way that like had he just gotten his nose broken, like that probably just fucks with your eyes, all type of shit. You know what I mean? He was blinking out. I'm like, I didn't even see you get hit in the eye that much, but he was looking like he couldn't see, closing his eyes for like long stretches. He just seemed like very disoriented. As Pyfer just kind of laying on his back and doing this, like hitting him with like little side of the head type non damaging strikes. Um,
Oh
but it
man,
just seemed like he was fucked when he got down there. Like literally, like
it
I
was just
think.
like the DDP fight.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like
Mm,
I'm just saying, like from a Piper standpoint, like I was not overly impressed with his performance outside of the result, And like had he like looked more 50-50 with Izzy in the striking and like, oh, he's kind of being able to track Izzy down and like, ooh, he's really like having a bunch of success in the grappling. Like, no, early on he was wasting his energy like I predicted in the pod. I was like, if he uses his energy to wrestle early and it's not working out for him, he will kind of gas himself out. I think that that's a misuse of his energy. That will be a poor IQ. And that's kind of what was playing out. He kept getting the body lock on Izzy pretty deep. Izzy would back up to the cage, like get his back to the cage and like, systematically break down the takedown, defend it well, spin off the cage and like start whooping his ass because he was gassed. And it was kind of like, yeah, like if Izzy can, defend your takedowns and he's skinny as fuck, like I can see you having real trouble getting like a Bohio down, even like a Brendan Allen down. Like I don't even know if he beats Brendan Allen right now based off what I just seen.
I mean, Izzy has always been really good at takedown defense.
Usually Izzy's takedown defense is more like being smart and avoiding giving up the dominant positions, like, first order takedown defense, like, oh, I'm gonna grab the arm against the cage. I'm gonna swim. I'm gonna like make sure you don't get to the back. Make sure you don't get your arms clasped behind my legs, under my ass. You know what I mean? Like for Joe Pyfer, it was like Joe Pyfer got that body lock pretty easy and like was not able to get Izzy down, early on, where it's like that's when he's like at his freshest. Like it basically happened, it felt like within the first minute of the fight, he got a body lock, complete body lock, chest to chest. Like Izzy's supposed to be going for a ride there, and like he just didn't. And so when I see that, it just kind of makes it hard for me to believe that you're gonna get a big fucker like Bohio down. Like a DDP down. Like you're damn sure not gonna fucking have no success against a Fluffy Hernandez doing no shit like that. You know what I mean? It's just like I just see too many holes in his game where like I just think that there are people that are ranked below him even that like could beat him. And because he didn't have like a normal climb up, he might just get like shell shocked in his next fight if he gets put in against like one of these actually more primed fighters, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, I think he beats Brendan Allen any day of the week. Uh, I
Sounds,
say give him that fight.
I mean, yeah, I'm down for that. Or give him Fluffy. I'm down for Fluffy.
Well, Allen has a fight booked right now. So
Ooh,
Edmund Shabazian.
Jesus Christ.
why they're just
What
throwing
are we
him off?
doing? What are we
I
doing? Why?
thought you guys knew that.
No,
Jesus
Pretty
Christ.
sure it's at like the Apex or some shit.
Are you serious?
that a main event? What the fuck is that?
Man, hell.
It's terrible. It is terrible.
Why are you giving Shabazian this fight? Why? What has he done to deserve to fight the number six guy in the world? Like, what has he done, bro?
They're trying to say Brendan Allen. I'm telling y'all, like this man can't. They know he can't beat anyone at the top. Like they just know. I know. So I would say give Piper that, but I guess he's a big enough name though. I wouldn't be shocked if they just threw him in with like DDP. Honestly,
I think
Ru-
I might have to become a DDP man if that's what they're doing, bro. If
ru-
that's
ru- Rumors are DDP and Imanov are going to be fighting. So I
uh,
think with Piper, you keep moving him up and throw him up Ohio, or you move him back a little and
I
fight
mean, it's not
Hernandez.
even up though. That's the thing. You said keep moving him up. The man's gonna be ranked four.
Well, that's what I mean. And oh no, I think he might move to five and Kaio takes four. But I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. Okay, I know what you're saying. I thought Kaio was ranked three or some shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's my issue here. Is like Izzy's ranked so high still, and it's like now if you're just gonna slap Pyfer up there, it's kind of like damn,
They-
like
yeah,
he's
they
either
should put him at five.
like you can't tell me like I like do you think like honestly like Fluffy is coming off of a terrible performance. We can all agree, but like would you favor Pyfer over Fluffy?
Maybe in a three rounder after what I just saw. Because like, is Hernandez gonna wrestle fuck Joe Pyfer on the feet? He is fucked against Pyfer, bro.
I don't even
uh,
agree with that. I don't even agree with that.
I
I
would lean Fluffy, but I can see what you're saying. Ed. I can see, but
I would take Ohio over. Uh,
I still gotta trust Fluffy as a beast. Like, and that probably would be a 5 rounder to me. And in 5 rounds, we know man's gassing by
that's
that.
fair. The only real thing holding me back on Piper is the gas tank. Like it is a clear issue, and at 185, you can't have a bad gas tank against these guys.
My
That's the
thing
main
is
difference.
this. My problem with Pyfer is like he's not going to, especially with the Hernandez matchup, let's just say, he's not, I don't see him like out wrestling Fluffy and just like getting to a dominant position and taking his back. Like, I don't see any of that. And my also thing is like with his striking, it seems very boom or bust. It seems very everything or nothing. Like he's gonna throw these bombs, and if he doesn't land, he's gonna gas the fuck out. And like I don't see like any nuance to his game where I'm like, oh, if the bombs aren't working, I can go to the jab and kind of like fight him more like let the finish find me, not like try to find the finish if that makes sense. I don't see that in his game where it's like again, you're not gonna be able to fucking knock everyone out. And like when you can't do that, then what happens? Like you're gonna go to your wrestling, okay, that's fine, but like at the top of this division, I don't know if that's gonna serve him very well. Like you need to be able to win decisions too, and I'm starting to like not see Pyfer as a decision winner. You know what I mean? Like, which kind of just worries me up there.
What Yeah, so Piper's going to be in the mix at 185 at the top. Israel Adesanya, guys, is not retiring. I know some of us, maybe even all of us, would like to see him retire, but he said he's going to keep going. They can't stop him. He's not leaving. Pulled the Wolf of Wall Street line out. He's kind of tough to match make right now. Like, what kind of fights do you guys want to see Izzy in right now?
Throne versus Cannoneer. It's like
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
Uh,
Give him COD, baby. Give him COD. That's a good striking matchup. Uh,
Winnable.
Cannoneer
winnable
at
fight.
32.
Winnable fight, but it's also like at this point, bro, I hate to say it, like, but Like, I'm not trying to sacrifice Izzy, of course. I want to see him win and shit, but like, you can't just put him up against. Like, he has to fight someone ranked, or just remove him from the ranks if you want to just give him like some fun, winnable fights. But I don't want to see him run any of the matchups that he already ran in the past. Like, especially because like, what would a win over Cannonier do for his legacy? Like nothing. You know what I mean? Like we've already seen him beat Cannonier. I don't think that that fight like moves the needle. I kind of want to see fresh matchups for him, and I just think that like the COD matchup, like obviously COD can't grapple for fuck shit, so like that's a favorable matchup for COD at this point because his grappling is overly suspect. Um, and I just think that like give him someone where like they can just have a little striking affair. You know what I mean? Like some fun shit. Like if Izzy loses, he loses. At this point, like 4 fight losing skid, you just lost to Pyfer. Like all of a sudden, like that whole like all he's been doing is losing to the best shit. That shit's out the window now. Like I don't care about protecting him no more about or any of that. Like if he loses, I'm not. He's really reached the damn Anderson Silva late career phase where I'm like. Nothing about this is gonna take away from how I viewed Prime Izzy, but that guy has clearly left the building. So, like, I would say give CLD a chance. Like, fuck it. Like, that's what I would like to see him do. Like, fighting a ranked guy, but
Oh, I
like,
like that fun. Oh,
I think it's just stylistically fun, man. At this point, just give Izzy some fun matchups. Like, don't give him no grapplers. Don't give him no fucking like.
give him Fluffy. No, no, I'll give you another three-letter fighter I'd love to see. MVP. I think that'd be a fun Bellator MVP or Bellator UFC, two goats in their orgs. That'd be epic.
I do not want to see these fuckers stand and stare at each other for 5 rounds. I
It
don't.
could be a staring contest, but at least no one will die.
Boom him at this point. Like, why not Cannonier though? 42 years old.
Kind
Come
of
on.
like Xavier said, it's because it's a rematch.
Oh,
I mean,
If it wasn't a rematch, I'd low key be down. Like I
right,
don't hate.
right, right. I think Izzy also said like he doesn't really want. He's like, I only have a couple more fights left in this shit. Like, I don't really want to waste them on like fighting people that I've already fought before. You know, like he doesn't. That doesn't move the needle for him type shit. Like, you know, he's always even said, even in his prime, he was like, I don't give a fuck about the belt. I'm here to collect heads and scalps. Like, I want to take names. Like, you know what I mean? Add names to my resume. Like. That's always been the Izzy mentality, and so I'm like, damn, like give him some fresh matchups at least. Like I don't want to see him fight no old heads or like no one that he's beaten already. But I would agree, like give him Cannonier had he never fought him, but we already seen how that fight went, and it wasn't particularly entertaining the first time. So
The only rematch I'd love to see, but it's over now because he lost. But I always wanted to see Izzy and Strickland too. I always wanted to see that fight, but it just never worked
right,
out.
right. I mean, I think that with a win here, he was kind of like primed to maybe get that fight next. Like you
Because
know.
yeah, he because Hamza was gonna beat him, and then
Yeah, and then like then what's Strickland gonna do? Then like Izzy's off a win, Strickland's off a loss. Why not like have them run that back? Like there's a lot of the fans like it. There's a storyline there. There's a lot of shit talk between the two of them. Like it would have been a needle mover, you know? But like now I don't think that he's gonna get that fight at this point, which is unfortunate.
and DDP might only need one more win to get another title, Craig, y'all.
he
They
beats Imanov. I can
There's
just,
a
see it.
there's a damn
oh,
line. There's a damn line, bro. But yeah, I mean if he beats Imanov, he's right back in there, I would say.
but who? Who's in line?
Huh?
Imovov's in line.
No, I'm saying there's a line in front of DDP. I'm saying
Who else outside of Imavov?
I would say Ohio is more likely to get a title shot than him.
Or beating RDR?
Yes, just because it's more like because of how lopsided the first fight went. Like I've seen nothing to suggest that a second fight would go any different. You know what I mean? Like it's different if their first fight was more competitive, then the UFC would be like, oh, like there's a reason. It's kind of hard to sell putting Drakish back in there against Hamzat again, like to the fans. Like everyone's gonna be like, yeah, we just seen that fight. It was very dominant, but it wasn't the most entertaining. Um, all the little rabbit punches, like I was loving it, but like, the casual fan was probably like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like he's just like laying on him, crucifixing him, hitting him with these type of punches, like 600, 700 of them. Like I don't need to see that shit again, bro, to be honest. Like not right now. DDP has to do something impressive for me to like, okay, like
And all I'm saying is Islam ran through Oliveira, and all he had to do was knock out old man Dariush to get that title shot back. So I don't know. They set
Anything could happen.
they set him up.
I'm saying, but it was a different champion though.
No, I get you. I get your
It's a fresh
point.
matchup. Like it's a matchup thing. If Hamza leaves the division, best believe DDP on that short list to get that title, to get the vacant title shot. But I think as long as Hamza's there, he's gonna have a tough time getting that fight.
I mean, that's okay. We'll just beat all these contenders out of the way first.
With the
I'm
new
down.
Max Holloway.
I'm
Yeah.
down. I'm down. I'm down to support Max Holloway, Dricus Duplessis. You know what I mean?
He
Like
even fit that role. He like as like the badass of the division. I could see that.
the little gatekeeping fuck. Like he's a gatekeeper now. Like like not permanently, but like until Hamza decides to fuck off and do bigger things. Like he's just stuck where he is. I would say I would favor him over most of these people. And like
For sure. Anything else on the main event, guys?
prayers up to Izzy, man. Hope he's all right. Hope his nose is cool, bro. As much as I just like am disappointed with the IQ, he's still one of my favorite fighters of all time. And even though it's sad to see him go out like this. That's how this game goes, man. The young eat the old. He even talked about it in the lead up to this fight. Like that's just how this shit goes. So I just wish him the best in life, and hope he's mentally all right. That's all I gotta say. I still fuck with you, Izzy. We're not gonna jump ship.
Style bender.
We're never
So
jumping ship, bro. Go, legend of the sport.
another one bites the dust, unfortunately. But it's okay, guys. Time moves on. Let's go to the co-main event here. Performance
Speaking
of
of
the
biting the dust.
oh man, yeah. Alexa Grasso, performance of the night. Guys, we thought she was done. At least I did. She knocks out Macy Barber. Definitely the most violent female finish we've ever seen. One of the most violent finishes we've seen in general. Just like a knockout into a choke. Barber was unconscious for a minute. Huge bounce back win for Alexa Grasso here, guys.
Yeah, fantastic win. Holy fucking shit, man. I don't think I've ever seen a woman like sleep for that long after a punch. And granted, like I don't know how much the little subsequent choke played a part in that and keeping her out. I don't think very much, man. She was just
No,
pissed,
no, it's
bro.
fake.
I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of very concerning and sad to see Macy Barber eyes open, just like looking bad as hell because she didn't even get beat up that much. Her face was still sexy, but it was wide-eyed and fucking looked like she had seen a ghost, bro. Like it was very scary. Scary sights. The next time they should just like fucking close their eyes like a fucking dead person. You know what I mean? Just close them. But yeah, they were definitely like keeping that camera on her a long time. Like it was kind of like very concerning. So prayers up to her. I hope she's all right. I think she can bounce back. She's still pretty young. I think she's like 27. So it's not the end of the world for her, but like man, like this was all about this was all about Alexa Grasso here, man. This wasn't a Alexa Grasso story. It was supposed to be a Macy Barber story on paper. Her getting her revenge, and Alexa Grasso said, "Fuck that noise. I'm still here. I'm still one of the best women's flyweights in the UFC," and really just stake their claim. I mean, like that's the kind of knockout that maybe like might put her one fight away from another title shot. To be honest, like that's how much of a needle mover that knockout was. Like that was very impressive. There's not many women's flyweights with that kind of power in their hands, and like. There's not too much to say about the fight because like it was very short-lived, but like man, her stock is through the roof right now. And like at a time where it was very much diminishing, like one more loss here and we might have thought she was cooked. So shout outs to her for rebounding and proving that she's still here.
Yeah, I thought Grasso would win this fight, just based on the the first fight itself, really. And I think Grasso's just been fighting way better comp. But I never expected her to boom Macy the way she did. Because Grasso has a little pop to her shots, but usually like not not like a knockdown threat by any mean. Definitely like more volume to finish kind of fighter. And she just not much to say, just boomed her right away. Literally, I thought honestly the shovel uppercut or whatever when she was on the ground is what put her out. I'm not sure which one it was, but I thought it was the punch on the ground that put her out, and then just went right into the choke with, you know, a knocked out. I mean, they already knew she would finish, but great finish from Grasso. Not much else to say.
Yep.
Macy, all good.
Yeah. Prepares up the barber. She had that scare. I think it was last year, and then she had to pull out of that main event like right before her walkout. She like had a seizure and fainted. So shout out Barber. Anything else you guys want to touch on this fight?
What do you guys want to see from Grasso next? What do you guys how would you guys matchmaker?
These rankings.
I mean, she's still like what, six?
Oh shit. So
I mean, she might have to fight Blanchfield Loki or like Furiat at this point.
yeah,
I'd probably give her Furiat.
Period. That's because that's a fresh matchup, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
It just
Because
seems like a more winnable fight for her than Blanch.
they're gonna bang.
Yeah,
Fury got crazy. She had a crazy knockout recently too.
yeah. She knocked out who'd she knocked out?
Like slept some chick.
It wasn't Blanchfield, was it? I think it was.
It's a Canadian girl, I think.
Jazz Devicius? Was it
I
Jazz
think
Devicius?
so. Jasmine, yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I'm seeing it live. Yep, it is.
Oh, that's yeah. Two nasty finishes.
Two nasty finishes, like put them up against each other. Fuck it, like I'm here for that. Number one contendership. I mean, not number one contendership, but like um, number two contendership, like type of.
Somewhat, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think that we all agree damn near that Natalia Silva needs to be next. Especially because she also just like kind of
Awesome.
whooped on Grasso like 2 fights ago. So she can't jump her, but I mean like anyone else after that, like shit, like maybe let them run that back you know, if Natalia Silva is somehow able to get past Shevchenko, like that's a not fresh matchup, but like, she could earn her way back to that type shit. I don't see her fighting Shevchenko as long as Shevchenko is the champ again at this point. But she's kind of in that same position we were just talking about where with DDP where it's like the second that there's a new champ up there, she's probably on that short list to get that title shot.
All right, guys, let's go to a feel-good story here at welterweight. Michael Chiesa
Finally, finally,
wins via submission against Nico Price in his retirement at home in Seattle. Beautiful scene after with him and his wife. He's going to have a great career in the broadcasting booth with the UFC. Unfortunate for Nico Price. Apparently, he also retired on the same day, but got no love. But hey, shout out to him also. One hell of a career. What would you guys think of this fight?
it's time. It's time for Nico Price. So I'm happy for him. I hope he got a good little bit of money here. I think he stepped in short notice here. So shout outs to him. And then, the bigger story here, no disrespect. Shout out Michael Chiesa, man. Hell of a career, bro. Hell of a career. Was ranked a couple times, I believe, like on the back end of some of these divisions. Hell of a submission artist, pressure grappler. I thought that this was exactly what it needed to be. Um, they gave him basically a softball on his way out. And I think he went out on like a 3 or 4 fight win streak. Let's see, one, two, three. Yeah, Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson, Max Griffin, Court McGee, and then now Nico Price. So they kind of gave him a lot of like softballs, damn near to end his career. Um, which like, I'm not mad at that because like, too often they try to just like sacrifice one of the a guy like Chiesa on his way out to build a bigger name. So I do like when they do it the reverse way. Um, I can't prove this, but maybe like the fact that he's still going to be working for the UFC and shit, like maybe that plays a little bit of a part in them giving him favorable matchups on his way out, just to like not have him just be like in the broadcast booth as like he went out on a fucking fat losing streak kind of guy. Um, I think that they kind of like, oh, you're gonna work for us still? Okay, we'll do you some favors and give you a nice little send-off win in your hometown. And that's exactly what it was. Damn near got the takedown, took his back immediately, got the sub immediately. Nico Price was no diff in the fucking submission defense arena. Um, and yeah, I'm just happy for the guy, man. He's getting out at a good time. Still has his wits about him. Can be a great broadcaster. He's pretty well spoken. I enjoy seeing him on the desk. And I mean, I'm just happy for him as he goes into the next phase of his career, man. Happy for the guy.
Yeah, agreed. Pretty good career from Chiesa. Overall. Uh, yeah, and beat Nico Price. Like I said, Nico Price in the prediction video, Nico Price is dog water. He had no chance for the to stop these takedowns or anything. I guess he came on short notice as well. Like, I think he just got knocked out like 2 months ago or something. He pulled a Cody Brundage. I hope these guys are getting paid well, man. Like some of them are just taking these fights to get finished. I swear, sometimes.
Like the chances that he was gonna get punched in the head really bad here, like I don't mind. Like I don't mind it. Like it's not like they put him in coming off a knockout against someone that was gonna actually punch him. Like he was always gonna get subbed here. Honestly, he took like no damage. He probably went home with maybe 50 to 60K off this performance. Like, hopefully a little more. Hopefully they fuck with him just for stepping in short notice. I hope that these guys are backstage getting paid a little extra for these short notice step-ins, but like I mean, he took no damage. Like his stock couldn't get any lower. I can't say like he took any damage to his stock. No disrespect to him. I'm just saying like he is what he is. He's just a
It's true.
fun scrapper. It was always gonna end this way. He took no punishment and got paid for it. Like I'm not. I'm sure that he's good to go. You know what I mean?
I mean, stock lower for me. It's gonna turn into under a minute in the next fight. So that's where I'm at with the man, really.
That's the over under now. 1 minute.
I mean, it barely lasted that long, a minute and three. It was just instant. Like he just got the rear naked so easily, basically, and no turning, like no, like nothing back there. Nico Price, which
No fight
basically,
in the hands. Like he wanted to just go home, bro. Fuck it.
for the most
He got
part,
that
I feel
check.
like that was his thing. So like, I'm done with this man. I believe he got cut. I think he got cut from the UFC today.
Fully retired.
Oh, he retired as well. They
Yeah,
both did?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, Nico probably should have because I would not stay in with that record. Let me tell you. We're
Oh,
just
okay.
we're just
That,
going to do what Covington and Dylan Dennis are doing. Just go wrestle now. He'll lose all those, but at least that's fun for him.
hey, man. Shout out both of them. All right,
Facts.
let's move to featherweight, guys. Arosa versus Douglas here. This guy has entered the building. Some of the most disgusting jabs I've ever seen. Jabs of doom and despair. I think he sat him down with a jab 3 or 4 times and then just picked him apart with accurate, like heavy shots. A lot of people like the joke is, oh, Brazilian Taporia. That's the joke on Instagram. Obviously, he's not close to that, but like, what a fight for him. Was this his debut?
Yes.
Yeah, debut. What a debut.
What a debut. He looked really good out there with the leg kicks as well. Like some really damaging leg kicks. Had Arosa fucking stumbling all around that bitch. And I thought that that was like playing a part in why he kept falling down to the jabs. I think his legs were also just very compromised. And he was kind of just stuck on the fence, like bam, jab, falling down, get back up, bam, jab, some back to the cage a little, bam, like, yeah, he never had a chance in there. Hell of a finish, hell of an entrance into the division for Douglas. And a featherweight division that I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you guys agree, but I think it needs some life, bro. It needs some new blood. It needs some new exciting fighters, to kind of like start to take out some of this old guard that's up there. So I think that he will be a very welcome addition. And like with a fight style like that, like he's gonna make fans really quickly. The people will love him, and I think that he will get some fun spots. Like, get some highlight type matchups on some on some notable cards pretty soon. I can see him on some pay-per-view prelims as early as like this year, probably. Just because like, any card with like a lot of eyes, I think the UFC is gonna be like pretty willing to push him because like they like guys who fight like that. They like guys who are gonna come in there and bring it, bro, and entertain the fucking people.
I agree. Douglas looked great. Jab of death for the most part. Rosa also 38 years old, so it's not surprising. But Douglas's style looks so good out there to me. It questions the five losses to me. It's almost like, is there a wrestling and grappling deficiency in his future? And we will find out. But on the feet, man looks like dynamite. Uh, I say get him decent fights right away. Like I need to see what this. That's what that performance showed me. Like just throw him in there now.
I'm down for that. Just yeah,
Yeah, not much else to say. He just fucked him up whole time.
yeah, definitely great debut. But let's move to middleweight here. This is another UFC card that has 6 fights on the main card. I don't hate it. It's just it is interesting. But we got Abdul Malik versus Belgarui, which is one of Alex Pereira's boys. I believe he was in the corner. Gets the knockout in the third round. This is a guy that a lot of people are like. I think Xavier, you said pitched him up against Izzy. There's a lot of big matchups in this guy's future, especially with his association with Pereira in that camp.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. Poatan. Oh, I think Izzy fucking is the one who really like, you know, made the mold here. But then, Poatan damn near came in and has done, you could arguably say, improved the mold, bro. Of kickboxer, learning how to defensively grapple and coming in and destroying these fuckers, bro. I thought Belgori looked amazing in this fight. He was really just showing Abdul Malik, who was like, a solid prospect, undefeated in his own right coming into this fight. Like, just showed him levels in the striking, as well as like showed pretty good takedown defense. And like when he was taken down a couple of times, like good get up ability, man. He's clearly been working with that Poatan camp, and like I think that there is something where to be said for like when you come from such a strong base like kickboxing. And all you basically have to dedicate your efforts to is takedown defense and grappling. Um, it no one wants to be stuck on the feet with these guys, and it can kind of like really show when like they can't get the takedowns, because then it's like, oh, now it feels like you're stuck on the feet with me. And I think that Belgori started to kind of feel that and sense that he was picking Abdul Malik apart, chopping him down, chopping the legs, had Malik like uncomfortable completely, had him just reaching out from fucking far away, trying to just shoot bullshit mummy takedowns. Like that shit was never gonna work. Like I thought Belgori looked amazing here, and the fact that he was able to cap it off with a finish against a tough Abdul Malik, a durable Abdul Malik who was eating a lot of punishment that a lot of guys I don't think could eat. I'm very high on his future in this division. I think he's like 33, so he's like just that prime age to just start rattling him off, like throw him right into the deep end. You got to take like a Poatan type approach with him. Um, Start moving him up pretty quickly. And I could see him honestly like becoming ranked like this year and fighting some ranked guys off what I've seen just because like there's not a lot of grapplers at middleweight. And so like in a striking battle, I don't hate his chances against a lot of these guys.
Yeah, especially three guys are leaving for 205, I believe, as well. So, I mean, they might even rank him by Tuesday. So we will
Okay,
see.
damn, he hell no. That'll be
But
wrong.
I don't know. I mean, he was, I thought, the most impressive performance of the night outside of Grasso. Um, and McKinney, we'll talk about him. But just super impressive. Looked every bit of a world kickboxer out there, coming off a TKO win as well, and now fighting a more talented guy, I think, in Abdul Malik. And I thought pieced him apart the whole way. Uh, was just draining the energy from the body kicks I thought were nice. Leg kicks. He was just chopping them down the whole time. And eventually Abdul Malik just couldn't take it anymore. And I don't know how to say Buddy's name, but he just landed a nice solid knee, perfectly timed, and it just ended the fight. Great performance. I think Abdul Malik will be fine. Pretty young still, early in his career. Uh, but he's one to watch. This dude, Belgori. So I'm gonna say it.
Oh yeah.
Sounds about right. Let's talk about this opener, guys. And it was a quick one. 24 seconds is all McKinney needed to head kick and finish Kyle Nelson. Absolutely crazy. McKinney keeps the reputation of just being a quick fighter. He doesn't want to be in there long, guys. He don't got time to be in there long. He's finished or finish. Super entertaining.
He's
Talk to
here
you
for
guys.
a good time, not a long time. I like nah, man. Like that man is the definition. He is like a boost on steroids, bro. Like, cause I don't even know if he has. I don't even know if he has a full round of cardio. I don't know if he has a full round in him. I think he might have the most vicious 2.5 minutes I've ever seen. Like, and if you can't like survive his initial like onslaught or catch him when he's coming in, you're gonna have a short fucking day at the office, bro. I, I, I don't even really know what to say about T-Rex, bro, because it's like I don't think that this is like a sign of anything more to come. I don't think that this is like any show. I didn't see no growth. I didn't see shit but a blistering knockout. This fight played out exactly how I imagined it would. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's literally like if you give him shit cans, bro, he's gonna fucking crush them. He is a can crusher. You give him anyone with any type of survivability, he's gonna lose. And I mean, shout outs to him, man. I don't think he's gonna get cut. I think he has a long future in the sport just because of that. Like he's just always gonna be a killer be killed guy, and the UFC loves that. You can put him on any card, and you know you're gonna be entertained at bare minimum.
Bro, T-Rex one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. I love this dude. Like, can't trust him to really bet on him because of how he fights. But this dude just never changes anything. But he's just so dangerous in those first 2 minutes every time he's out there. Like, I've just seen it so many. Like, the only fight I can even recall, like, him not getting off early was against the shorter Bonfim brother. That was the only time I remember him not getting off that early. But everybody else just like he he is just a dangerous guy early in the fight. And he's so fun to watch. Always great.
Facts.
Great finish.
All right, guys, let's move to the prelims here. There's actually a good amount to talk about, some controversial stuff, some big finishes. Where do you guys want to start off here?
Let's see, man. Let's
Super
see.
fight, man.
Uh,
Oh yeah, we could start. We could talk about that. What about it, Clark?
It Man, like what a finish by Gibson, to be honest. Just that short elbow just dropped him completely. And it's a sad one too, because I kind of like watching Chase fight. But clearly now it's like the chin is not there, very clear to me at this point. And I don't know if he can fight any of these big punchers anymore. That's what I learned from the fight. Like any hard smack, he might just go down. And it was a tough one, but a good win by Gibson. Impressive.
on paper, the narrative coming into this fight is that Lance Gibson will be a good matchup for him because he does not have that many damaging, like he doesn't have that much power in his hands typically. But I guess that doesn't fucking matter when you get caught with a fucking short elbow from hell, you know? I think that like John Jones has proven like as a person with not that much punching power, a elbow is still damaging as fuck. And I mean, I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of Chase Hooper, man. So it was very hard for me to like see him go out like this in a fight that like I thought that to be honest, he was having a lot of success in the striking actually. Like I've watched his striking game evolve from basically nothing to like it's not the best, obviously. It'll never be the best. It'll never be like the best part of his game, but I mean, it's kind of competent. He's gotten it to a competent point, and it's like for me, I don't know if it's like the chin is gone thing. I don't know if he ever had a chin, to be honest. I just think that yeah, man, I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't want to say he's done. He's like 26, but it's like I just don't know how far he will ever go because like with a chin like that, like someone's always gonna be able to fucking hit you, bro. And like if you're going down that easily, like again, it was to an elbow, but like even historically, the chin has been the weakness. You know, anyone who could smack in there, like he does not have a good day, and it's like yeah, I don't know, man. So shout out Chase Hooper, shout out Lance Gibson though. Hell of a win for him, big name for him too. So. Shout out to him.
Only his
Uh,
second fight in the UFC
right,
too.
right. I mean, I think this was short notice as well. So like, shout outs to him, bro. Like, did the damn thing, finished a well-known and well-liked UFC fighter. So, hey, man, Bellator's up 1 point. Fuck it, one point on the board for Bellator, bro. Fuck.
Shout out Casey O'Neill, big KO, another big female KO on the finish on
Big
the card.
KO, quick KO, bro. I was very like not. I was very surprised by this one. Yeah, like I just do not I did not think Casey O'Neill had that kind of power. I don't know if it's that or if Gabriela Fernandez just has no chin, but like maybe a combination of both, man. But shout out Casey O'Neill. I was really impressed with this. I did not think she had that in her for real.
Our boy Navajo.
Yep, stays undefeated.
Finally got himself a finish. Finally. Uh,
Yeah, he was just the better guy. I thought was winning the whole fight, looking great, just
He
busting
maxed it.
up, doing his thing.
I have a lot of concerns about his long-term viability, bro. I feel like they're really trying to protect his ass, and like I just think. Like, granted, he's like one of the only prospects that light heavyweight has, undefeated prospects, but it's like, bro, like, I just don't see him like standing up to like some of these harder punching guys who are gonna really come after his ass, you know? It's like, for me, it's like he doesn't have the evadability of like Olberg. Like Olberg is way more like nimble and like he can evade a lot better. And it's like if finishing a guy like this takes this much effort, I just really wonder like if he's gonna be able to do enough to damage or scare off these better light heavyweights from just marching his ass down, bro. I just think that like his striking is very undamaging for the most part. So it's like an accumulation thing, and I just question like his ability to like keep these harder hitting guys off of him enough to like implement his game once he starts moving up the ranks and they stop giving him shit cans. But I'm happy to see him finally get a finish. If he can start putting a couple more finishes together, then like maybe my tune will change. And maybe like I don't know how old he is, but maybe like he's coming into his grown man strength and he'll start to land some more damaging shit going forward. But this was a good win for him though. Shouts to him.
What about you, Clark? Anything on the prelim stick out to you?
Uh, I mean, the only other one I I would say would be Ricky Simone Yanez. I thought watching the fight, like, I might have to go back and rewatch it, but I thought clearly Yanez won the fight. I thought very clearly. I thought most of the time when it was on the feet, Yanez was getting the better strikes, landing the more significant strikes, just comboing it up a little better. I'll give Simone the second round, though. I thought the wrestling and ground strikes were enough. I thought the other two rounds, Yanez cleared pretty handily. And it was weird that just every judge gave the first round to Simone. It was weird there were two 10-8s in the third. I thought it was close to be warranted, but I don't know if it was enough. He was kind of whooping his Simone's ass in the third. But once again, I told Giannis in the pre-fight he should have been watching to learn something in his training camp except boxing, but he chose the same path again. I'm not seeing any, like we were saying about Sterling, like I'm not seeing anything new like in the game that makes me confident in Giannis like going up against the bigger talent that he has already fought and lost to. I guess he looked better against Simone, but we kind of knew, Simone's getting a little older. Like he's not the same guy really anymore. So I saw this as a more winnable fight for him, but I just don't see him faring well still based. And this was like, what, a 2 year off period, a year and a half off. I mean, he looked good, but like still the same fighter to me. I didn't really see anything new in his game, to be honest.
I thought he did enough to win the fucking fight. I did think that he won rounds one and three. While Simone had clearly won round two with the takedown and the damage down there, but like to give him a 10-8, like I don't think these judges understand what the criteria for like what a 10-8 should be, bro. It almost felt like they just didn't want to say that Ricky Simone won, but they had given him the first two rounds already. And they were like, well, he doesn't deserve to win this fight, so let's just throw a bullshit 10-8 here. Whereas if they would have just scored the fight right, I think like Yanez would have won this fight. I just think that like for a 10-8 to happen, like a sustained is the part that like was not met of the criteria. Like it has to be like a sustained beating, not oh, I had like 30 seconds of like fury, at the end of the round. Like no, like that fight was, I mean, that third round was pretty closely contested up until that point, you know? Simone was like getting slightly outlanded, it felt like, but he was like getting his as well. Um, it was very back and forth. It was kind of like a 60-40 round, I would say. And then like that last 30 seconds should not just automatically turn that into like a fucking 10-8 to me. But I just don't think that they wanted to let the fans down by making Ricky Simone like lose in his hometown. So they kind of just, took the easy way out here, which is a damn shame because I think that that's like a disservice to Giannis, to be honest.
One last thing. Shout out to the fight of the night that the UFC gave out. Bahamundez and Musayev, bloody war.
Bob Mondes has no IQ, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I really like him, but yeah, it's just it's tough.
It's over for him, bro. I'm sorry. I'm willing to write him off now. And he has a lot of physical gifts, and he has like some talent in the striking, but like going for bullshit submissions that were kind of not there when you really need to get up and like I thought Musayev on the feet was kind of tiring a little bit. Um, I thought that Ignacio was having his way. I thought he was on his way to a finish, honestly, early on, and like first of all the judges. First of all, the ref in there was fucking up. There was like an egregious like when Musayev was hurt and Ignacio tried to take him down, like he was like punching him against the cage. Musayev had an egregious cage grab that
Yeah.
allowed him to stay up on his feet and survive, first
Yeah.
of all. The first fuck shit. And then when he had Ignacio on the ground, he literally did like a flying headbutt, like maybe from like 10 feet, like not 10 feet, but like from like 4 feet, like he came down like 3, 4 feet, like head straight down into fucking Bahamundez's fucking forehead. And I'm like, damn, like, is that not a point deduction or something? Like, that should at least be a fucking, you lose the position for some shit like that, you know? The ref, I don't know what the fuck he was watching in there. It seemed like he was on the wrong side to just miss everything that was going on wrong in there. So get your shit together, ref. I'm not gonna lie. Whoever was ref in that fight, I don't even remember right now, but get your fucking shit together because that was a piss poorly refed fight, bro. But yeah, Bahamundez, like he's a lanky fucker, and the amount of time he spent right on the octagon side when he can easily kind of wall walk and create a scramble to get back to his feet, and instead he chooses to throw up bullshit like triangles where like he was like locking his ankles and trying to like triangle Mosaiev or like trying to go for arm bars when like there's so much blood all around the fucking cage. You can't grab onto shit. Like get the fuck up, bro. He should have used that blood to his advantage to stand, and instead he just chose to have a piss poor IQ, bro. And like that's one of the things that I'm starting to really like get upset with fighters about is just having a bad IQ. Like if you lose because like the other person's just better than you, that's one thing. But when I watch you just give fights away with your bad IQ, it just makes me not able to trust you because you're just not a good decision maker. You're a Michael Chandler in there, bro. He's getting into Michael Chandler type category to me. So he's got a I don't even know how old he is, but he might be fucking cooked, bro.
He's got the attributes. Yeah, he just needs to. Well, he's training with Bilal Muhammad, so I mean, guys, what do we expect here?
What do we expect, man? Last but not least, shout out my girl Alexia Dayanara in the opening fight, bro. Was putting it on Bruno Brazil, went crazy. Bruno Brazil was catching her with some shit and caught her with a vicious like spinning heel kick like towards the like in the last like 30 seconds. That had me really worried for my girl, but she fucking gritted through, pulled through, and man, I really fuck with Dayanara in the way she fights. Like she's only getting better and like she has a pressure style that like a lot of these girls just can't deal with. She's just gonna be in your fucking face, scrapping you, and like if you can't run away and to out technically out kickbox her for like 3 rounds, bro. She's gonna be in your face, like putting it on you. So shout outs to her, bro. Shout outs to her. Giving me some well needed points here.
All right, boys. Yeah, great card. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Please go check out the TikTok. We always got some fun stuff on there. Plenty of fun, fresh videos coming out these next coming weeks. Stay tuned. Thank you again.
Peace.
He